Good morning, everybody. I thought I would take an opportunity here and make a quick video for you to introduce you to the latest project that's going to be up here on the lift. This is a Hodaka Combat Wombat. For those of you who don't know, these were American-made dirt bikes, on-off-road bikes. They made several different models over the years. They were made in Oregon. They were made pretty much from the 60s through the early 70s or so before they went out of business. The Combat Wombat is an interesting bike. It was their true competition motorcycle. Had a higher performance engine than the others. It was also only made for 1 year, 1973, I believe. Obviously not street legal, strictly off-road use, okay? And this is gonna be a full-on restoration. We're gonna take it all the way down to the frame. As you can notice, previous owner, for whatever reason, painted everything green. Handlebars, frame, foot pegs, chain case guard, or chain guard, shocks, you name it. It looked like you just went crazy with the green paint here. And that should be black. Frame should be black. Chain guard should be black. The foot peg should actually be just nicely polished aluminum. Handlebars are chrome. Luckily, he didn't touch the fenders. The only thing I've actually done to this bike since I've owned it is put new tires on it, because the tires that were on it were basically falling off. And it's been kind of just sitting in the back room waiting for its chance to become a restoration project. Does not currently run. I have no spark. I have weak compression. So we have to diagnose all that, but not a big deal. Like I said, I'm going to take it all the way down to the bare frame, have the frame sandblasted. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to powder coat it black or just paint it with epoxy black. Lots of my restorations, I do powder coat the frames. It's a lot more durable, and on a good powder coating job, you can't tell the difference between powder coat and paint. So these had chrome tanks. The chrome on this tank is obviously very worn out. I'm not sure if it's going to get re-chromed or if I'm going to try to find another one. It does have an absolutely mint condition seat, which is nice, so I won't have to do that. The exhaust has been, let's just say, not well done. I have a whole nother exhaust for it. We'll go through the engine. I'm going to definitely pull the head and the cylinder. I'm going to mic everything out, see if everything is in spec or out of spec. If it's out of spec, I will probably have the cylinder nickel sealed. I'm lucky enough to live near one of the only companies that actually does that for cylinders. Is down in Phoenixville. Last I knew, there was only 2 in the country that do it. One here in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, and one out in California. Basically, it's almost like they replate the cylinder and they can plate it back to factory spec if it's not too far gone. So Hodaka had an interesting history. They made some interesting bikes. Most of them had very interesting names. They made motorcycles with names such as Road Toad, Dirt Squirt, just Wombat, then of course the Combat Wombat. They made some interesting motorcycles. So it should be a fun little project, simple little project, no real electronics to speak of, no headlights, taillights, turn signals to worry about. There was strictly a kill switch, is all there was. So should be a simple project. And you'll see me start taking this apart in an upcoming episode. Until then, everybody get out in the garage and work on something.